Jelly Spoons! Welcome back to my 12 months of cosplay challenge. This is November and my 11th cosplay of 2021, and I'm making Ashton from Critical Role. I started with warm water and glue sticks to make a crystal headpiece. I did manage to find some purple hot glue sticks, however they were quite expensive and I can't afford that, so I bought the regular cheap ass ones and I painted them using nail varnish that I already had. The way I achieved this before I painted them was I carved them out into crystal shapes and then I dunked them into warm water a couple of times, let them dry, and then I painted them. Because I bought some as well, I ended up with lots of different shades and colours, and actually I think that looked really nice in the end. 276. I have cut and painted and shaped 276 crystals for this motherfucker's hair. Sweet. Next up, I am using a dog toy. It's not for you. It's not really the ones that you like anyway, is it? Nah. I painted it up and it's gonna go on the hammer. Do I have purple fabric for this hammer lining? Purple, purple, purple. Of course I have fucking purple. May the gods of Vox Machina watch over me as I try to make this fucking hammer. Alright, this is the product of a few minutes of just random chopping. I'm trying to make the bottom piece, so this bit. So, sort of going upside down. We shall see. We shall see. And this is the sparkly thing with like one layer of paint. Sparkly thing with 2 layers of paint. Alright, so I bought a broom. Well, I bought this a long time ago actually. I've had a broom for a while that I don't use. So I am going to spray this broom silver and then somehow shove it into the wad of foam that I've got to make the head of this hammer. Alright, let's get spraying. Alright, the window is open, so I'm fucking freezing. And this is what I'm using. I went for gunmetal, not silver, because I thought it's not very likely to be just like, you know, silver. I don't want it to be quite so shiny. Alright, one side is sprayed. I'm gonna leave it to dry and see how it looks. May need a few coats. Thankfully, I have 2 spray cans. Okay, so me and the doggo have made an executive decision, haven't we? Yes, we have. We have made an executive decision. The decision that we have made is that I cannot be bothered to give Ashton plain red pants. Oh, no. No, we don't do plain colours here, do we, Troy? No. I did not spend a year and a half working on Mollymauk to do plain colours. So instead, Ashton's having tartan punk rock pants and there's not a thing anyone can do to change my mind. It's happening, motherfuckers. He's gonna be so punk rock, it's gonna hurt. Oh man, it's basically gonna be my entire closet. This is great. It's no wonder I like this character. No wonder people were messaging me being like, as soon as Ashton popped up, like, hey, it's you. It's your favorite character, right? And I'm going, how did you know? And they were like, well, it's not exactly hard. I was like, yeah, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? Well, I spent a large part of my day ripping up a kitchen roll and papier mashing it onto the hammer. So this side is going to dry and then I'm going to switch it over. I've managed to wedge the broom handle into it. So we will see how this goes. And this is the top bit. I'm going to wedge that in there. And we're going to let it dry first. So you just sit there and dry and I'm going to go back to hopefully the trousers. All right, let's go do this. Now working on the patches. This is the first patch that I'm going to do. This is made of the sleeve of a shirt that I cut up. So, I mean, can you get more punk rock? Then I have no money, therefore I am making this out of, you know, all the things that I have got. So, alright. Patch number 1, right, similar to the clasp, let's go. So, I'm embroidering again. And I'm having major Molly flashbacks now. Goddammit, TALIESIN JAFFE. The dog is helping, aren't you? Yes. That's the face of love and support right there. Alright. Day 4. I can do this. Ha! Kind of looks like a 4 as well. Nice. Well, the dog has passed out. You're just being too helpful, weren't you, bud? But I have finished the patch. Only took me... I'm not going to check how long it took me. It's done, that's the important thing. Right, time to attach to the trousers. I really tried to pay attention to the stitching in the picture, so how both patches are attached. I tried to copy that because while I'm not accurate fully, I do like to try just a little bit to mimic it. Welcome back, Jelly Spoons, to my, well, essentially Ashton table, really. I'm moving some stuff around and redecorating, so I've basically got to have everything shoved in this corner right now, and then in about a week's time it's going to all be shoved in another corner. However, this is the dried side of my hammer. So I got a massive bunch of foam and just shredded it, essentially. As ever, do not know what I am doing. I am improvising. But so that I can decorate the outside with the shiny that I have got. The shiny. So that I can decorate it with that, because I didn't want to stick that straight onto the foam, because I didn't think that would work very well. I decided to do a sort of light papier-mâché using kitchen roll and some glue and water mix. And this side is now dried, so I am going to flip the hammer over, and I'm going to do the other side. Alright. And also the handle has dried nicely of this broom handle. Check this out, this freaking broom going well. Alright, let's do this. Another bit of wedging has gone on here. This is the top bit that I have used a piece of metal to wedge in with, and I'm papier-mâchéing over it, and then I'm going to glue and cover it all in more stuff, but at the moment it is resting on this block so that it doesn't dry wonky. And yeah, this is the second half of the hammer that is drying. Yeah. Alright, it's all... yeah, sort of vaguely square-shaped. It's all going alright. Okay, cool! And this is the hammer dry! It looks like a shape! Yes! Greetings, Jelly Spoons. You join me on a day where I am going charity shopping for the rest of Ashton's stuff, because I'm poor and I like thrifting. Let's go! Well, Jelly Spoons, this is my charity shop haul. This is a pair of curtains. They are not as bright orange as they look on the video. That's just the lighting and the fact that it's nighttime outside. So these are a slightly darker red that you guys will see. I got a pair of curtains for $4.99. This is why I love thrift stores. It's amazing. I also got this from a fabric shop that I found, which I thought were the right colour for the laces. I got some chain from a hardware store so I can make stuff for his rings. I got these for about 8p each, which are going to be what I put into the hammer to hold it in place. I got some extra thread, because fuck yeah, you always need extra thread. And I got stud things, because, well, I'm going to cover his outfit in them, even though they're only on a few places, but my Ashton is going to be absolutely covered in these motherfuckers. So yeah, pretty good haul today. Guess what happened to me today, Jelly Spoons? Well, I had bought this wonderful material from the charity shop. It is amazing, and I will definitely be using it for other things. I had only cut out a very bare bones sort of pattern, that's why it's falling apart, and I hadn't stitched any of it together. It's basically in just 3 long chunks. But then, I found this in another charity shop, and it is a massive king-size piece of bedding, and I bought it because it was £2. And on the one side it is black, and on the other side it is red. And I realised that if I made the inside tunic out of this, then I can do the thing I originally thought that it did, where it has black on the outside and then a red lining, whereas the tunic thing I was going to make with this other curtain fabric was just going to be all red. So seeing as I haven't actually cut it out and stuck it or anything, I'm just going to pull this apart because it's only pinned in a couple of places. And I'm going to put the red back in my costume box so that I can use it for another day, and I've got some red pieces of fabric, and I'm going to make it out of this. I'm then going to make the jacket to go over the top, obviously, because I want the jacket to be made of all my fake patches of leather and stuff. But yeah, this is the new plan. That's fine. I've still got a week and a half left. This is going to be fine. I remade the fucking dear Todd coat in the last couple of weeks. I can bloody well do this too. Alright, let's go. Now I am just improvising with old bits of pipe insulation to put them in place and make the shapes. Foam, 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 foam. Frantically papier-mâchéing the foam! Okay, so I'm hot gluing them on, and it's looking cool, but I am genuinely getting scared I'm gonna run out. I know that I only have to do like 3/4 of the head, because one half is, you know, like a big chunk of it is not there, but still. So it looks cool. It looks very cool. I'm liking this very much. I'm gonna fill in the gaps with some extra hot glue and then paint over that later. So I'm just putting these in place for now, and it's looking cool, but yeah, I am so scared. I've got like 300 of these things and they might not be enough. Fuck. I did end up having to order some more plain glue sticks and paint them with the very last remnants of my nail varnish, but this is how it looked when I had done as much as I could with all the ones I had at that present moment. So it fits me. It's not finished yet because I've got loads of little like in-between bits to fill in that I'm gonna add like little extra bits of foam and stuff to, but a really dumbass idea that I had to chop up hot glue sticks and paint them worked. What the actual fuck? Oh my god. I've made the executive decision that Ashton's other eye is green to go with the rest of his skin because I have looked and cannot find otherwise, and therefore I've decided it's green, and I've got my milky white one. Alright, cool. I'm about to make my first cut into the new fabric. I'm kinda scared. Kinda looking like a sort of robe out of the village right now. And the tunic is finished. I'm gonna probably make the neck a little bit lower and I'm gonna edit the sleeves a bit, but I decided to pin it up, so rather than sew it all, I decided to use safety pins because that is just more punk rock. And yeah, it should fit fine underneath the coat. I have been using my remaining hot glue gun. I'm just gonna turn it off, hang on. And I have made sort of brain-like squiggles on my opalescent paper, and I am padding it at the back with this like packing paper. And this is one of the lights I'm going to be using. And they're operated by remote control, but I'll just turn it on for now. So, and they sort of change colours. So it's like red, green, blue, red. Alright, so here it is. And then this goes over the top. And on the camera, it's not showing up very well, but if I lift it higher, you might be able to see. There you go. So this is what you can see. It's sort of like crazy translucent brain shape. Don't think this is too shabby, actually. This is actually all right. So this is what you can see, like, properly. Obviously, when I put it down, you can't see that on the camera, but I promise you it's there. Like, there you go. Brains! And this is the plastic that I'm going to use. I've been cutting it up and using sellotape to cut it into the shape. Look at it glow. Look at it light up. It glows different colors. I am a walking disco. I'll be a walking rave at every con I go to. Oh my god. It's hammer time. Alright, while this lot is drying, I'm focusing on the top. Using this. Alright, let's see how this goes. I am going to chop it up into sections, add it onto this, and yeah, see how it goes. Like to be shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny hammer. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Seriously, how do I do this? Every time I do a cosplay, something glitters! Greetings, Jelly Spoons, and welcome to another moment of Mocha's Noise frantically improvising. So, as you may be aware, on Ashton's coat, I will try to include pictures here, there are some buckles. Buckles are the bane of a cosplayer's life because, as I learned from my Finn Rider cosplay, if the buckles don't look exactly like they do on the picture, then you get kind of annoyed with yourself. And much as I would love to say that I have risen above it, I have not. So, seeing as I could not find buckles, and by this I mean buckles I could afford, as opposed to spending loads and loads of money on buckles that were, you know, tailor-made or whatever, I have ordered these round sort of steel bar things. So, I have ordered these round steel rings, and what am I going to do? I'm going to use this wire, and I'm going to make the buckles my goddamn self. Alright. Wire, round thing, pliers, let's do this. And there you have it! My first buckle has been made. I'm going to super glue these edges so that they stay together a little bit more, and yeah. It's actually okay. Sweet. I'll give you 3 guesses what I'm using to paint the gold around Ashton's brain piece. Did you get it? Did you say nail varnish? You are correct! To be fair, I also found some gold leaf that I had lying around, so I did use that as well. So nail varnish and gold leaf to make it gold, gold, gold. Golden. And today I'm doing the jacket. I've cut out some old bits of fake leather and I've made this shape. All the lining's been pinned in place, now to sew it, and of course, as usual, jelly spoons, I am hand stitching because I have no sewing machine. Woohoo! This back bit is made of all the scraps and pieces of fake leather I could find. Hey, jelly spoons, I have sewn it all together and I have added studs to that sleeve because in the picture we can't really see what's going on this side, so studs it is, fuck it, punk rock. And the collar is now attached as well. I found an old bag that I hadn't used for years, so I cut that up and used that to make bits of the collar too. Alrighty, so I've made the collar and the buckle and I've added this bit on. I know it's not brown, but hell, I'm making this my own. I have now added spikes to that side because I want there to be spikes. So now I have to do this side, which has the sort of tattered red ring and then all the different bits and pieces as well. So let's go. First, I've got a leftover piece of the tartan that I used for the lining. Hello, trousers. There you are. And I'm now going to make sure that that fits all the way around the sleeve cap. And then I'm going to add all the details like the rivets and stuff. Let's go. Now we're all set up to put some of these rivets into this wonderful piece of fabric to get on and do the sleeves. Now, none of the rivets that I have are as big as the ones that he has in his shoulder. However, I have long since got over the fact that I will never be able to match things perfectly, and also a perfectly accurate cosplay is not always perfect. So I am going to do my punk rock style basically with all the shit that I currently have. I have bought not too much stuff for this cosplay. It's mostly been time and effort and energy, so time, effort, energy on what, you might think? Well, that thing for starters. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to use these slightly smaller ones. I'm just going to use more of them to decorate it as I want. I've used super glue to attach the end of this strip of purple fabric, and once it is dried, I'm going to wrap it and then glue the other end in place. Alright, this evening, and it is very late in the evening, I am making accessories. I have just cut off a bunch of fake leather and turned it into this, which is one of Ashton's cuffs. And as always, I have added way more spikes than necessary. And I now have this old belt, which I've cut up, and I am going to turn that into this thing. So I am just digging into it with my scissors so that I can install the studs. Alright, I'm on day 26. I have literally negative amount of money in my bank account. I have not bought much for this cosplay at all. In the end, I bought a bunch of extra crystals, because I needed extra crystals, and bits and pieces for the hammer, but predominantly the rest of this is being made out of stuff that I already have. The back of this jacket, I haven't embroidered it yet, that's going to be the last thing I do. This is bits of pieces of fake leather that I had left over. This is a bedsheet I got from a charity shop. This is tartan that I had. And now I am cutting up this old handbag that I had a very long time ago and that got ripped and broken. So it's unusable now. And I am now ripping and tearing it up. And I am using pieces of the handle to make Ashton's belt. Alright, I have finished covering the hammer, and I've also covered it in a layer of sellotape so that it's got extra shiny and weird sort of directions of everything. And because I am poor, I cannot do this properly, so I am using a biro to do fuck off on the hammer. Let's do this. Welcome back to Milk Noises Poor, and therefore is making this hammer out of scraps of whatever I've got. Okay, so I cut up a cereal box. And I sprayed them with the same colour that I sprayed the hammer with, and I am now going to fold them up, and I've cut it into place, so I'm going to place it here, and I'm going to start making the strips of metal that go around the hammer, like this. Did I mention I'm poor? Alright, Jelly Spoons, there are officially now two sides to this hammer. Side one is the ever so slightly dodgy side, okay? I had to fit the second fuck off in, because I decided there's two, right? Look at this picture, right? Look at this picture, okay? It says fuck off, and you could read most of it, which to me means that it's on the other side as well. So I tried to do it twice, but I forgot to measure before I did it. So this is the side where I had to like squeeze it in. So it's like kind of little, and I sort of went a little bit nuts, and the things are going in different directions and stuff to the picture. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. However, then we have the, for lack of a better word, good side. This side of the hammer. Look at that. Look at that. All right. They're all going in the correct direction, and fuck off is emblazoned beautifully around the top. So this is, for lack of a better word, the good side of the hammer. Now, most of this was done for cheap. Like, this, as I said, is cereal boxes. It's all been glued together. These are old nails that I got from a shop for like 5p each, and they've been like nailed in. This is old bits of foam, and it's all been done with some spray paint, and this is felt tip pen. This was done in biro. This was done in biro. This was felt tip and everything. Like, I don't have the paints and stuff to make this beautiful and done properly. So I have made do with what I have. And going all the way up here, these are all bits of fabric that I have used to stick on here, and these are some old beads that I had, and it goes all the way up. And then all I need to do now is wait for this to dry, and then spray this, and the hammer is complete! Okay, while I'm waiting for the hammer to dry, because it's not quite dry at the top so I can't spray it gold, I had an idea. So I've got some of my old nails. I had a bunch, but these ones are a bit too big. Unfortunately, they were too massive, so I am using these ones. So I've got a nail, and I've super glued it to a magnet, and I've got the other magnet. So I'm gonna use those to do the earrings. I'm gonna see if it works. I'm gonna let it dry and see if it works. Alright, Jelly Spoons, I am officially in Ashton now. Can you tell I've got a green eye? So, hammer is good. Hammer is working. Got the dodgy side and the good side. This is the TikTok side. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty cool. So this was a fun as fuck cosplay to make. I have enjoyed my jangle. Even when I'm not Mollymauk, I find ways to jangle and be glittery. When I do the makeup again, if I go for a con, then I will spend a way more time doing this makeup properly. But for a first attempt, it was not too shabby whatsoever. And I don't know, feeling very punk rock right now. Very cool. Not too different to what I wear on a daily basis, not gonna lie. And this hammer is just giving me life. Oh, yes. Never played a barbarian before, kind of thinking about it now. So, you know, be a change from my usual piratical stuff. So, yeah, this is my Ashton cosplay. I'm pretty happy with it, and December is going to be an interesting one. The cosplay is not as complicated as this, obviously. I mean, apart from Mollymauk, is anything as complicated as this? But, it's... My December cosplay is about my 2022 project. So I sat down and I've given myself a project that I'm going to do for 2022. For 2021, I did my 12 months of cosplay, and you are here in month 11 of my 12 months of cosplay journey. And yeah, December, as my last month, I am going to make a cosplay, or a costume, that is for my 2022 project. So yeah, more information incoming on that very, very soon. So thank you so incredibly much for those of you who have followed me through this crazy Ashton month of cosplay. I have made this entire thing, except the shoes, the boots I already had. So I've made this entire thing in less than 30 days. That's not bad, actually, thinking about it. I improvise pretty much everything because, as I say many times on this channel, I'm not a professional. I have literally no idea what I am doing most of the time. So yeah, this hot glue and paint and hope and prayers, this piece of like plastic that I got for cheap, and a bunch of lights underneath, and more hot glue, and some opalescent card, contact lenses obviously, an attempt at makeup, tartan, scraps, old pieces of fake leather that I have, made buckles because I couldn't afford the ones that were properly done, this jacket, old scrappy bits of fabric that I had lying around, all my old fake leather, tartan for the pants, this thing I'm wearing underneath the tunic, that is a bed sheet that I got from a thrift store. So all in all, you know, this is pieces of old bag, this is pieces of old leather work and bag and an old belt that I added studs to. So all in total, yeah, this was a very improvised cosplay. Most of them are, but this one in particular was a very improvised cosplay. So thank you so much for sticking with me. I'm sorry this wasn't some sort of tutorial in how to do your own Ashton cosplay, but you all look amazing, those of you who are doing cosplays right now. I'm gonna go and film a heck of a lot of TikToks, and I'll be back very, very soon talking about my 2022 plan. I'll give you a hint. I have decided I am going to make a movie. Not a big one, don't worry. A very low budget, looks like it's on a stage movie. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So that's gonna be my 2022 project. So the character and the costume that I'm making in December is for the main character of this movie. You will have heard of this character, and I have talked about them on the channel before. Alright, Jelly Spoons, thank you so much for joining me for this month of Ashton cosplay making. If you would like to support me in any way, chuck me support on Ko-fi as and when you would like. On Ko-fi you can also find my commissions page. I'm not doing personalised messages from Ashton yet because I just don't think I know them well enough as a character. However, I am offering personalised messages from Mollymauk Tea Leaf, of course, where most of you know me from, I think. Lucien, the Nonagon, Kingsley, the piratical scallywag, Peter Pan, of course, and Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream. So if you would like a personalised message, hit up my Ko-fi page. And if you would like to support me every single month, like my wonderful Patreons, toddle over to Patreon and you can join me there for a minimum of $3 every month. You get behind the scenes looks at things, pictures of my wonderful dog, and you get to see things like this as the work in progress continues. As opposed to just the vlog at the end of the month and occasional TikTok updates, you get to see this as it happens. It's a treat, a real treat for you. So if you fancy Ko-fi or Patreon, jump on those. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your week. What are you guys up to? Let me know down in the comments below. What did you think of my Ashton cosplay? What do you think of campaign 3 so far? What do you think of Critical Role, even if you're not on campaign 3 yet? And if you've never heard of Critical Role, how in the heck did you find this? I will see you very soon, my Jelly Spoons. Goodbye.